Coming up tomorrow night, it's Cheap Sneakers. Check out very popular local band, Cheap Sneakers. Special thanks to
defending the goal
manager.
To our right. Ball's fumbled, picked up at the 1 yard line, and now it's into the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
Yeah, well, once that football goes into the end zone in high school football, it's automatically a touchback, and that's Isaac Myers out there doing the kicking for Gettysburg, the senior off of the soccer team. So Gettysburg going the same way for their kicker and using actually a pair of kickers, both from the soccer team on the Gettysburg sideline.
That was Trevon Brown who let it trickle into the end zone. He splits to the near side. Receiver to the far. It's Corbin Zapp under center. He gives it to the fullback. Straight ahead for no gain. That was Elijah Myers.
So a good start for the Gettysburg defense. Myers had nowhere to go up the middle.
Gettysburg with a three-man front. Trevon Brown again, flanked to the near side. The handoff is to Josh Schultz, and he's dropped in the backfield, but there was a flag on the play.
Yeah, there was a whistle before they started, or as they started, and I think it's going to cost New Oxford 5 yards.
So it'll be 2nd and 15 for New Oxford. Corbin Zapp, the senior quarterback, had a tough go of it last year, but certainly saw improvement in week 1 versus Bermudian. Really rallied his troops in that winning drive. Took him down the field, said we're going to score it some way, and they did. And now he's out of the gun, 2nd and 15. Schultz in motion. Zapp found a seam and got about 8 yards. The defense respected Schultz for the pitch.
Yeah, they ran a little option to the far side of the football field out of that shotgun. Sent a little motion that way first. Had a lot of guys going in different directions, and a good run by Zapp.
3rd and 7, manageable. Receiver to the near side is Brett Savaleski. Now a timeout. Defense, you don't want to waste a timeout there, but you don't want to get burned either. So what did Coach Heiser see there?
Well, I don't know what he saw, but the first play of the football game last week, Gettysburg failed to flank wide with the lone senior receiver Noah Staub, and quarterback Brock Guyman made a quick adjustment. They threw it out to him. He went 74 yards for a touchdown. So possibly Gettysburg didn't have personnel in the right place, the right spot, and needed to adjust for it. Timeouts, you never want to waste them, but at the same time, not quite as important usually in the first half as they are in the second. And certainly they didn't want 6 points on the board as quickly as it came last week.
Same formation for the Colonials. Zapp is under center this time. Straight drop, rolls to his right. Pressure, incomplete. It looked like David Johnson defended on the play.
Yeah, Johnson did a nice job off of that rollout to get out in the flat and knock it away from the receiver, who was open for a split second, but the pass falls incomplete, and Gettysburg's going to get the football here after the New Oxford punt.
So a 3 and out forced by the Warrior defense. Line of scrimmage, their own 23-yard line. Short kick. Bounces sideways. That's going to be a 25-yard punt. So great field position for the Warriors. They'll get it in New Oxford territory.
Yeah, I think they've got to be happy with where they're going to get this football the first time. The defense did a nice job. Obviously, New Oxford had the one penalty, and Gettysburg comes out with senior Tyler Wilt making his second start. Try to get this offense going.
Wilt was in the conversation for the starter's position last year, but now it's his turn to shine. 1st and 10 Warriors. Lazy motion, they give it inside on the misdirection. Khalil Hill does a lot of the inside work for the Warriors, and he's good for about 5 yards.
Yeah, again, motion on that play. Pulled a lot of the New Oxford defense with it to the wide side of the football field. They just kind of misdirection back with Hill, and he plods his way down to the 44.
Play call in off the sidelines as Tyler Kaiser checks in. He's split to the far side with Edney Celius in the slot. Khalil Hill there as well. Motion man has the football. Tries to head it upfield, finds running room, but too much east-west, not enough north-south, and Elijah Jackson is going to lose a yard.
Yeah, that's a play that Gettysburg used effectively last week against Southwestern. Nobody in the backfield. Send Jackson in motion. As soon as the snap comes to Wilt, he turns and gives it to Jackson, and Jackson tries to sweep to the wide side of the football field. New Oxford saw it in the films and we're ready for it.
3rd and 7. I formation behind Wilt. 2 receivers to the near side. And they go to the ground, nothing doing. Celius for about 2 yards, and well, I guess you'd think you'd punt it here, and they are going to do just that. It's a chess match here for field position.
Yeah, I think the run call was to give them a few more yards and give them a manageable 4th down, or make them at least make a decision. When they only got a yard or 2 back to the line of scrimmage, they said, let's pin the Colonials deep, and that's, I think, Adam Yingling on the punt.
Taken at the 5-yard line. Trevon Brown trying to pick up some blocking. Decent return, and finally taken out of bounds. 39-yard punt. Fair return, and Colonials with their 2nd possession of the night.
And check that. It was Chase Deckard out there doing the punting. He's taken over the punting duties here in week 2 for the Warriors. So Gettysburg trying to pin the Colonials deep, and the good return by Brown gets them out of the shadow of their end zone.
8:29 to go in the first quarter. Zap under center. Play action. Has a man, completes the pass, good for 1st down yardage and more. Okay, who's 86? I don't have 86. I have an 85 and 87 in the program.
Yeah, it's tough to give them credit when they're not listed. But the tight end wide open off the belly action rollout for New Oxford, open it in the middle of the field, and picks up 16.
Initial 1st down of the contest for either team. Zap has his squad on the move. Nowhere to go for Schultz, though. That play closed quickly. Chase Deckard in there defensively for the Warriors.
Deckard had a real nice game last week. Flies to the football, put a couple big hits on Southwestern Mustangs last week, and out there again early defensively.
So it's 2nd and 10. 7.5 to play, opening quarter, no score. Wide receiver slot to the far side, I formation behind Zap. He gives it to the 2nd man, Schultz. He's got a hole, and he's got a whole lot more. Finally jacked up and taken down at the 38-yard line. A pickup of 21 yards and a Colonials 1st down.
Yeah, big hole right the center that time for Schultz to run through. He got through it, was into the secondary, and really had one man to beat, and Marquise Campbell was that one man. He did the job, brought him down, but a big pickup for New Oxford, and they're into Warrior territory.
Beautiful open field tackle by Camel. Is it Camel? I'm sorry. We could do a whole thing. You say Camel, I say Camel. All right. Farius Ashford, there's a good name for you, but not much of a gain.
Yeah, the Gettysburg defense ready for it that time, and stands him up, and it'll end up being 2nd and 10.
Furious Ashford for no gain. Well, these, except for that gain by Schultz, the other 3 runs, no gain for the Colonials. So it's all or nothing so far for New Oxford. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they did have that keep by Zapp on the option where he picked up about 8.
You are correct. 2nd and 10. Trevon Brown on the end around. He's got some running room and finally taken out of bounds. See where they spot it. A gain of about 7, maybe 8 yards.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see New Oxford last week, so I don't know whether these are the plays they were running or not. But they've gone to the Southwestern playbook for several calls here early, things that went very effective for Southwestern last week, and New Oxford trying to hit the Warrior defense with it early.
Scouting has been taken to a whole other level. What's that video service, Hulu or something?
Huddle.com.
Huddle.com, thank you. Straight ahead for not much gain, Elijah Myers. I mean, he's close to first down yardage. It will depend on the spot.
It looks like a good spot, but
yeah,
they're gonna get the first down.
So the Colonials keep moving the chains. 1st and 10 at the 27, excuse me.
No, that's okay. The first possession didn't go very well for New Oxford. That penalty sent them back a little bit, but they've kept the ball between the chains this time and picked up the yardage they need to, and down here in scoring position.
Out of the eye, it's Myers and Schultz. They give it to Myers straight ahead, stacked up again. David Johnson active along that defensive line for Gettysburg.
Yeah, Johnson's a 6'2", 180-pound senior. He certainly passes junior rather, certainly passes the look test. And he's had a couple tackles early as he kind of flows right from that middle backer position.
Second and 8. Schultz goes in motion. Zapp to throw. He wants it all. He's got Trevon Brown. Touchdown! 26 yards to the end zone.
Well-thrown football from Zapp, and Brown used his speed to get behind the Gettysburg secondary and hauls it in the corner of the end zone. And New Oxford quickly on the board here, strikes first against Gettysburg.
5:31 to play. Colonials with a 6-0 advantage. 26 yards. Zapp to Brown, and just like that, a nice scoring drive. They went the distance. And there's the player of the week, Partita. It might be like an NFL attempt by the time they mark it off here.
Yeah, I think he's going to march back a few yards at least here. Looked like procedure going to be whistled against New Oxford. Although now they're talking to the New Oxford captain, so maybe somebody from Gettysburg forced that.
Lined up in the neutral zone.
Now the question is, do you want it at the 1 and we'll go for 2? Looks like maybe the player's making that call.
Yeah, and
but the coach said, no, stay out there and kick the thing.
Yeah, I get paid here to do the thinking. You just do what I tell you, right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
The players always think they can to get that yard. The testosterone takes over, but sometimes cooler heads have to prevail.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like a good situation. Yeah, we'll move up, to the 1 and run it in, and all of a sudden you end up with nothing.
Yeah, and that 1 point comes back to bite you at the end.
Yeah.
So Trevon Brown scores the touchdown. Now he'll hold for the extra point attempt. Reigning player of the week, Luis Partida. Extra point is perfect. 7-0 Colonials with 5:31 to go in the first. You're watching and listening to high school football.
Good folks at Gettysburg area of the Eagles, 1562, and by East Berlin, DFW, Coast 881. special thanks to Tony Gross, manager, my good friend Andy Raymond, and all of the officers and members of East Berlin VFW Post 8896. You served our country, now you serve the community, as exemplified by your support of the new Bermudian Springs scoreboard at Bermudian Springs High School last week. So congratulations and thank you on behalf of the entire community for all you do. Post 8896, we salute you. Thank you to our sponsors, one and all.
ESPN 13 with a 7-0 lead. Ryan Raffensperger and Jeff Cook bringing you the coverage on ESPN 1320. Taken at the 18, still on his feet is Camel. And he gets to the 45. Excellent field position for the Warriors as they'll try to answer.
Yeah, Gettysburg had a lot of work last week, a lot of practice on that kickoff return. As they gave up the 38 points to Southwestern, but they did show promise with it. A couple times they had some illegal blocks that called back big kicks, big returns. This time, no laundry on the field, and Gettysburg starts in New Oxford territory.
Apparently had some key turnovers in that contest as well. Devin Rigler split to the near side, split backs behind Wilt. This is Celius picking his way for positive yardage, got about 7.
Yeah, Gettysburg runs a lot of different players through that backfield, and Celius, kind of the guy who can go inside and outside for them, can run between the tackles, but can also use the speed of the outside, that time between the tackles for 7 yards.
2nd and 3. Kaiser to the near side. Lone setback behind Wilt. And Wilt keeps it himself. And nothing doing him. Maybe there was a fumbled snap. Hard to tell what happened there.
Yeah, it didn't look clean coming away from the center. Looked like he wanted to give the ball, or maybe the play call was to give the ball to Hill. I don't know if Hill went to the wrong side or Wilt turned to the wrong side, or whether the ball was actually free. But ends up about a 2-yard gain, and they're going to bring the sticks out and measure for a first down.
Good job by Wilt just to fall forward and pick up that extra yardage.
There were a few times last week where he came to the line, audibled at the line that there was nobody over the center, and he just took off with the football in a quarterback sneak, gained 4, 5, 6 yards on occasion.
First down, he's got it. So give him a 3-yard gain, initial first down for the Warriors as they'll try to answer. They trail 7-0 here with 4:24 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, that wasn't the way they put it in the playbook, but it worked to move the chains.
Wilt under center. Jackson in motion is a decoy, and they keep it inside.
That's that sneak I was talking about. He just comes to the line. If he sees it's there, he takes a quick snap and he pulls forward. That time he got about 4 yards down to the New Oxford 30.
2nd and 5. Warriors on the move. Tyson Sherman to the near side. It's Jackson in motion, and he's hit in the backfield. Great anticipation by the defensive lineman. That was Joseph Hoffman dropping Jackson for about a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, Hoffman was there as soon as Jackson got the football. And they seem to be ready for Jackson when he comes in motion. That's the second time he's gotten the football off of the motion. The second time it's gone for negative yardage.
Probably 4-down territory for the Warriors here.
Yeah, I think absolutely.
Kaiser again, flanked to the side.
They may run Celius again here.
Wilt's going to throw. Pressured, had to get rid of it, incomplete. Intended for Kaiser, really had no chance to make the reception.
Yeah, Wilt just didn't quite have the time to get the football out to Kaiser that time. And throwing on the run with pressure on him, a little errant throw, and they are going to punt.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you get it in the end zone, it's a net pickup of 13 yards. But if you could hit the coffin corner, then you have a chance to pin him back. So Deckert from the 33. Oh, and it goes into the end zone. So that's a 33-yard punt, but it's a net of 13.
Yeah, not sure that's what they wanted. But New Oxford going to start at the 20. And at least with that punt, Gettysburg, pretty much assured that the Colonials aren't going to get the football in any better field position than the 20 where they are now.
So New Oxford, their third possession of the quarter, Trevon Brown, flank to the near side. The give is to Schultz. Ducks outside and finds running room, bumped out of bounds, and they're going to throw it. A late hit on Tyson Sherman, and Warriors don't like it. That could go either way, but
it's the right call. It's the right call. Sherman hit him clearly when he was off the football field, and goes for 15. Had the situation last week where Drew Hartlaub, the promising wide out running back for Southwestern, suffered a torn ACL on a hit out of bounds. On that play, the contact initiated inbounds, but before the tackle finally occurred out of bounds. This one, the hit about a step and a half out of bounds, and particularly when it's on the opposing team's sideline, you're going to get called.
First and 10, Colonials with their 5th first down already here in the quarter. After a 3 and out, they've been very effective. Zap, play action, looking for a man. Short throw, he's got the tight end in the seam all the way to the 35-yard line. 21 yards on the reception.
New Oxford's done a great job here early, running numerous sets. They're going to go quickly to the line here, trying to take advantage of an inexperienced Gettysburg defense.
So they line up quickly, 1st and 10. Zap hands off to Schultz off the left side. Got about 3 yards.
And they go that quick no huddle one more time.
2nd and 7. Whoa, Hartman really firing out, but not a lot of room for Elijah Myers. Got maybe 2 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, looked like Dalton O'Shea plugging the middle up for the Gettysburg defense.
Schultz trying to pick his way, lunges forward, but it's going to bring up 4th and about 2.
Yeah, he just came here on the sweep to the near side, got low to the ground, and just kind of dove through a couple tacklers to make something out of really nothing. And 4th and 3, certainly 4-down territory here for the Colonials.
Shane Raleigh has had that big catch a few plays ago. And they went to the no huddle. I had to sort it out. Zap keeps it himself, bounces outside. He's got the first down all the way to the 21-yard line. Gain of 7.
A little counter off of the option. Fake the give to the fullback, who's gotten the football quite a few times here early. Faked it to Myers up the middle. All the motion was going to the right. Quarterback Zap slashes back to the left-hand side for a first down. The Colonials at the 22-yard line of the Warriors.
A lot of growing pains last year for Corbin Zapp. He's matured before our very eyes. 1st and 10. Schultz out of the eye. running room near the 15. Gain of about 7.
If you're putting together the perfect recipe for a high school football team, right at the top of the list, senior experienced quarterback.
It looks like the Colonials will be content to let the first quarter expire with a 7-0 lead. This is ESPN 1320. We'll return from New Oxford.